Hey, what's going on, guys? KitsuneTCG here, back with another deck profile, and today we're going to do an update to my Madolche deck. Obviously, with the new cards from Infinite Forbidden coming out this month, this deck does get a lot stronger, so I thought I'd kind of quickly just show off, what changes in this deck, and then perhaps a quick test hand at the end. For the most part, it does stay very similar. We just kind of add in a few key cards here. We do have 8 starters here, 3 Petting Cessor, 3 Angeli, and then just 2 Madolche. You could maybe bump that up, but I don't want the deck to get too big. I think sticking around 40, 41, maybe 42, I think is what makes this, or keeps this deck consistent. We do have the 2 Messenger Lotto. You do need to still keep 2 of Messenger Lotto. Obviously, we have a few triggers we want to do in order to kind of go through the full combo. Still have 2 Hoot Cake. This could be the one that you can maybe cut down to 1. Obviously, with the new Link, it is not the only beast that we have in the deck, so for that reason, you can maybe cut this down to 1 if you wanted to, but I think still sticking with 2, since it is a pretty important part of the combo, is something I would probably prefer to do. So for now, sticking at 2. And then we have the 1 Pudding Cess, as well as the 1 Butlerusk. Obviously, with this, we can search Secret Village and have a pretty good inboard, locking our opponent out. From there, we do have the 1 Flourishing Hills. You really only need 1 of this one now. Deck has gotten pretty consistent, so really don't need too many Vernusylphs. But we do also have the best one in here still at 3, and that is the Fairy of Seedling. And then we have 3 Ash, 3 Orange Light, 3 Veiler, 3 Pot of Prosperity, 2 Crossout Designator, and then the 1 Called By, and then the 1 of Salon, Ticket, Chateau, and then that Secret Village, as well as 3 Imperm and Promenade. So it is a 41 card main deck. The other kind of consideration, and maybe if you do take out Hoot Cake, or if you're fine with playing 42, I think the deck is consistent enough that that is something that will be okay. You can also play the Madolche Dessert, which is a really interesting card. Pretty good in a lot of matchups. Just obviously being able to get rid of an opponent's card is always good. So I've tested it out. I like the card. Just kind of, testing some things out, whether or not I want it in the deck or not. But it is a good card to play overall. But going on to the extra deck, we do have the 2 Glass Souffle, 2 Queen Tiramisu, 2 Chocolate Mode, and then 2 of the brand new rank 5 Queen. And then we have a Baguska. Obviously, this is just really great if you do happen to get stopped early on in your combo, just being able to make a Baguska and pass. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst inboard. Abyss Dweller, obviously, Tearlament isn't going anywhere, so having something like Abyss Dweller in this deck that you can make early on before you lock yourself is pretty good. And then we have Sky Crisis and Zeus. Obviously, since we are a Exceed deck, I want to play the Zeus, and Sky Crisis is just great against a lot of decks right now. The Fresh Sistart, we just only need 1 of these now, because we're not really ending on this unless we've really drawn the best hand possible. And then the new Madolche Link Monster. Playing 2 of these is obviously the really important part of the combo now. And that is the deck overall. I really am enjoying this deck. I'm super excited for these cards to come out so I can kind of play them at locals. But yeah, let me just kind of quickly hop on over. We'll show off a quick combo and go from there. Alright, so we'll just kind of show off a combo here. We have a pretty good test hand. We have Madolche here, which we'll go ahead and start with as our normal summon. If they choose to do anything in eruptions here, that is perfectly fine, because we already do have access to the Petting Cessor. But if they don't, we can go ahead and grab a pretty important piece in the Butlerusk. We'll go Petting Cessor in hand. Petting Sessor will summon out the Pudding Cess. It's going to allow us to make the rank 4 for Glass Souffle. We'll go ahead and go Glass Souffle, detaching Petting Sessor. We'll make the Glass Souffle unaffected. We're not going to trigger it just yet. And we'll go into a chocolate mode here. We'll activate the effect of chocolate mode, putting back Petting Sessor, making sure to detach the Exceed. And we're going to go into Angeli. Now Angeli is going to activate here. We'll bring out the Hoot Cake, which is a battle protected Hoot Cake if that is something that, you know, you need, but in this we are going to go through the full combo. So we've got Hoot Cake here now. We'll go ahead and go Hoot Cake, banish the Glass Souffle, and that is going to get us our first trigger with Message Gelato. And we are going to go ahead and activate that Message Gelato. That's going to grab us the field spell. And it doesn't really matter what order we do this, but we can go ahead and go our second Glass Souffle here. Just overlay. And then we'll go ahead and activate Chateau. That is going to shovel back the Angeli. That is going to trigger the chocolate mode. Detach the Pudding Cess. And we'll get our other Message Gelato, which that is going to trigger Message Gelato. No need to activate, again, Glass Souffle as of yet. Go ahead and grab Salon. Make sure we have Salon activated. We're going to go into the Link 3. And we'll activate that Link 3, and then here is where we can actually go ahead and activate that Glass Souffle. And we can return really whatever we need. This will return both the Pudding Cess and the Message Gelato, so we're going to have that fairy to discard with Orange Light. And then we'll add the Promenade to hand. That is going to trigger Salon. Salon will put Ticket. I do want to make sure that we activate Ticket here. Then we can go ahead and go. The Link here will return Hoot Cake to deck. And then we'll special summon Message Gelato. Yeah, might as well return it to hand. Gives us some follow-up. That'll trigger Ticket. And Ticket, we are going to go in Angeli to let us special summon it, since we do have a fairy. Then we can go ahead and make Queen Tiramisu here, which will immediately turn into the rank 5. And lastly, we do have the additional normal summon that we can use on the Butleresque. And we'll activate its effect. grabbing the Secret Village. We'll activate the Secret Village, so now our opponent is not going to be able to activate spell cards. And we can set the Promenade, we can set the Imperm we have, and then if you really need, we can set the Crossout. And passing to our opponent, we do have a Monster Negate here with the Orange Light and Pudding Cess, which also has some follow-up on our next turn with the Hoot Cake in hand. We are going to be able to put back some cards in the graveyard through Glass Souffle. Same thing with the rank 5 here. We're going to be able to put back any monsters that they are able to threaten us with, which is pretty helpful since we do have the Butler Rust here we want to make sure that we protect. They're obviously not going to be able to activate any spell cards. And then we have an Omni Negate with Promenade and an additional Monster Negate in Imperm. So honestly, like I said, the deck is really interesting and it becomes really strong with the new cards, and I'm definitely excited to see how that plays out. But let me know down below what you think, and I will see y'all next time.